The seawater surrounding the island of Cyprus was getting milder, seemingly ready for the beautiful scene about to happen. From the waters, the one deemed the most beautiful of all goddesses started to emerge. Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love, daughter of Uranus, the god who had once reigned over the world. She materialized upon a shell. After arriving at Mount Olympus, she was under the spotlight. The gods were delighted with the new arrival, who brightened the splendid abode of the gods even more. Zeus noticed that such beauty would be the source of quarrels and disharmony. After all, Aphrodite awakened lustful feelings and pure envy in the gods. To avoid chaos, Zeus decided to unite Aphrodite, the most beautiful goddess, with Hephaestus, a rustic-looking god. Aphrodite submitted herself to the desire of the ultimate god and united with the god of the forges. Despite his brutish appearance, Hephaestus was endearing to his wife. Using his talents, he made and covered his wife with the most beautiful jewels. However, the blacksmith god was always absent, as he spent great lengths of time working his forge in the Etna volcano. In the meantime, the goddess of love struggled with loneliness. There was another god known as Ares, the god of war with a poor reputation. His unrestrained bursts of violence and thirst for blood turned him into a much-feared individual by mortals while also being repudiated by the gods. Even Zeus, his father, had no sympathy for the god of war. He picked Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, as his favorite. But one goddess failed to resist the reckless approach and bad boy manners of the god of war. Her name was Aphrodite. Ares had a perfect athletic build and was stunningly beautiful in Aphrodite's eyes. This contrasted with the god Hephaestus, a rough-looking and crippled deity after he fell from Olympus when he was just a baby. Aphrodite was tired of being that lonely. It was when the fiery goddess of love heard the arrival of Ares, who had returned from yet another one of his wars. Staring at that beautiful, blood-drenched god, she got goosebumps, and she promptly offered herself to clean all that blood. Ares felt surprised. For a long time, not a single resident of Olympus showed him the slightest courtesy. The insinuating Aphrodite started her seduction ritual. Poor Ares didn't stand a chance against the powers of love. Hidden, the gods went through a night of fiery love, and from that day on, whenever Hephaestus went to work, Ares visited Aphrodite on her marriage bed. To avoid being spotted by Helios, the personification of the sun and the number. One gossiper among deities, Ares ordered Electryon to guard the door of Aphrodite's room, warning him if the sun ever came by. Hypnos, the god of sleep, had already noticed that something odd was happening between the couple, but he didn't want to be known as a snitch. The god of sleep then hit Electryon with an overwhelming need to sleep. He fell asleep and did not see the sun approaching. After waking up, Ares noticed that it was day already. The couple had surely been spotted by the sun. Enraged with Electryon, Ares decided to punish the negligent watchman by turning him into a rooster. From that day on, Electryon never stopped shouting just before the sun came up. The god Helios told Hephaestus everything he saw. Hephaestus refused to believe in his wife's betrayal, but decided to set a trap, just in case. "My beloved wife, I have a major job to do, and will be gone for a week." As soon as Hephaestus went on his way, Ares jumped to his wife's bed. But this time, the adulterous couple would not get away with it. The god of forges had woven a net so fine that it looked invisible. Having put it on the bed right when the gods were engaged, the net fell on the couple, imprisoning them. The cuckolded god called the other deities to witness the shameful scene. "Look at these traitors caught in such a disgraceful situation. They can never leave my powerful net. They will remain imprisoned as punishment." Hermes looked at Apollo and said, "Apparently Ares decided to devote himself to a different sort of battle, a more hand-to-hand thing, so to speak. Of all the punishments ever devised by the gods, being united with Aphrodite certainly must be unbearable. Poor Ares." All the gods started to laugh. Ashamed and humiliated, Hephaestus decided to repudiate his wife. From the union of Ares and Aphrodite were born Deimos, Phobos, and the beautiful Harmonia. I remain your host, Myths and Legends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and also hit the follow button for more mystical stories.